What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm on Talks and Gaming today. People, today is Monday, the Monday after YCS Hartford side events have concluded, and we have our top decks for Hartford as of this moment, which is insane because last YCS we didn't get any. Now we have all of them. So the community is slowly learning we need these deck lists. So to start off, let's start off with this. Obviously, the best deck in the meta. I believe this is the first one, the Sunday event, as it says. Moss won. Who could have guessed it? Definitely not me, you know, the guy, one of the many people in the Speed Duel communities who have been complaining about this card for the last 2 years. But yeah, definitely not a surprise here. So the deck list he's playing is a very standard list for the most part. The only card that is out of place for this list, in my opinion, is this Noble Mana Cross out in the main deck. But other than for that, this is usually the list you're going to see. 3 Book, 2 Cosmics, 3 Breakers, 3 Warrior Ladies, 3 Parasite, 2 Moss, 3 Zoma, and then the one-of card is always the unique card. You're going to see this card be many different things. This is either going to be a Kaiku, like you see here, it's a Noble Mana Crossout, Floodgate Trap Holes, Mind Crushes, like, this card is a whole, Jinzo is another one, which we see in the side deck here. This card can be, like, any generically good card in the format. Jinzo's in the side, Cosmic's third copies in this side, Defusion's in the side at 2 for the Dragoon. Then we have another Noble Mana Crossout and the Royal Flush. So yeah, this is Jordan Palmer's first place list, and congratulations, Jordan. This is, you know, awesome. I'm happy you were able to get this awesome Dark Magician Giant card. That is so cool. Moving on to the next one, we actually have Patrick Younker. Congratulations for your Saturday first place list. I guess this would be the first place for this guy. He's playing a more unique Moss build, in my opinion. So we gotta have our standard monster lineup, like I previously said. But when we get to spell and trap cards, this is where it starts getting a little interesting. We only got 2 books inside instead of the usual 3. The 1 Nobleman, the 1 Share the Pain, which is really cool. Dust Tornadoes chilling at 1. We have the Floodgates and the Wall of D's in the main deck, and then we play a 23 card deck, which usually isn't played, and play 3 Zoma the Spirit, which is really cool. So the cards that we can talk about this obviously is to Share the Pain. Share the Pain is a really good card in this format, especially with DD Warrior Lady running around. And then if you have Tribute off a monster that's equipped with the Parasite Paranoid on your side of the field, then you can destroy a monster on your opponent's side of the field. Your Parasite will trigger in the graveyard, and then you can summon your Moss from hand, which is really nice. And then you have your Dust Tornadoes here, which is really good against David Warriors because you don't want to be using Cosmics too much. And then, like I said, Floodgates are good against the Cyber Angel form deck, and this is just really cool. This is just one of the best battle traps in the game. We're seeing it in this deck. Now we're seeing the Defusions played at 2, the Nobleman's second copies in the side deck, the Share the Pain second copies in the side deck, and then we got Double Waking the Dragon for our fusion cards down below. And he has a very interesting fusion deck. He doesn't play Joker in it, which seems like it's not, like, that kind of seems wrong to me, but I'm sure probably controlling the game was to restrict, or, you know, baiting out the Ajama King is also really good, or just getting out the strong monster. This is really good in David Warriors, so I think his name like Rice Sinshi or something like that. I don't ever summon him, but yeah. So it's just weird that the Master of Oz is a Master of Oz and not an Arcana Knight Joker. Moving on to our third place list, they got this is the Saturday and Sunday third place list by Willy Newsom. He got both of the Magician of Chaos giant cards for his third place list, which is awesome. I love these giant cards, man. They're so cool. And he's playing Spellproof Armor, right? And Spellproof is such a cool deck, and it's so good against Moss in this format. And it does not surprise me that people are going to these events and topping with it because it's just that great of a deck. In my opinion, I think Spellproof Armor needs an errata that only works with normal machine monsters. But as it stands right now, all of these monsters are unaffected by spell effects. So yeah, that's like insane to think about. But yeah, without further ado, he's playing the Sphere. I play Spheres in my list too. This is just a really cool card to out your opponent's monsters with, and also deal burn damage to them. It's a really nice card in my opinion. And then you play your Cyber Dragons, which are custom, your Break Birds, which are custom, your Jinzos, which are custom, and then you have also the Dekochi and the Phoenix. So Phoenix is just a card that makes these cards unaffected by spell cards when it's normal summon, but it also has a draw effect when it's destroyed by battle. And this card has a flip effect draw, and then if these cards are set face down, your opponent never really expects the Blast Sphere in your deck as well. So they will blind attack the Blast Sphere not knowing what they're up against. Book of Moons is played in this deck at 3. Soul Exchanges are also in here. This is per usual. The Summoners are played at 2, but we have the 1 Sword of Poison to make these guys one a big boss monster. And of course we have our Psychic Shockwave, which is the Speedo variant of Trap Stun. And then, side deck is another Blast Sphere, which is correct in my opinion. 2 Noble Mana Crossouts, which is also a good idea in my opinion, because you're getting rid of those face-down DD Warrior Ladies. Another copy of the Sword against high, decks that can consistently summon monsters that are bigger than 2400, so you need multiple swords. And then Wakings. Wakings in this deck are kind of hit or miss. We got the powerful Cyber End Dragon that can be summoned from the Waking now, which is really cool, but if your opponent is playing a crazy deck, then this card's probably going to get outed. Jokers, Kings, Dragoons, all these are cool, but the second any of these hit the graveyard, you turn off your skill. Next is we're going to get into the second place deck profiles. It's a little out of order since this is a Facebook post, but the second place for Sunday is going to be the Middle-Aged Mechs, which is really cool to see, actually. This is so interesting to see that Middle-Aged Mechs got second place in this. So they're playing the Beasts. They're playing, which is kind of, and they're only playing 1 of the Golem, which is neat. And then the Knights are going to be played at 2, 1 Toon Ancient Gear Golem. So that's what we got for Ancient Gears, which is kind of interesting to see. And then we got our DD Warrior Ladies and then our Cyber Dragon. So yeah, very interesting monster lineup for this all together. And then we have our double Cyclones to get rid of the Gear Towns, the Floodgate Trap Holes, and then the Wall of D's. These are really cool. And it's really neat to know that this card came in second place against Moss. It lost to Moss. So it's really cool to see this deck is actually performing at a YCS side event level. Jinzo is played in the side deck with another double Cyclone, and then 3 Offerings to the Doomed. Okay, this card probably came in clutch for this guy. This card is so good. So yeah, that's nice. And then a straight flush, and then the 1 side deck card, which doesn't really matter that much. But yeah, this is what they got for winning, I think. It's just a playmat. But yeah, if you guys like this type of deck profile, if you guys would like to see more, make sure you leave a like, make sure you leave a comment in the comment section down below, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.